Assalamu alaikum, my dear brothers and sisters from another mother. My previous post, I was asking about, you know, parents actually posting the results or the aggregate scores of their children. I think there are some people who took it offensively, but the truth of the matter is that it was just satire. And what is satire? Satire is just, a form of writing that is to provoke our thoughts and to think of ourselves in a different manner and to be light-hearted enough to laugh at ourselves, nothing more than that. But to be honest, this PSLE has been a bane for me, the parents, and also has been a problematic thing or a stressful thing for us when we were young, and also now that we are old, we have children. It's stressful for us, stressful for our children. But really, if we are posting as a sort of relief and as a celebration of our journey together through the PSLE journey, whatever you may call it, it's probably better that after the last paper of the PSLE, we all take selfies and we go to that fancy restaurant and celebrate because we have ended the PSLE journey. And whether the student, whether our child will do well or not, and that is secondary, isn't it? Now, I've said before in my earlier postings, I have friends of my parents, of my mother, who used to call me or ask me, in person, like after all the major exams, or what was your aggregate, or what's your aggregate of your PSLE, how many distinctions you get for your O levels, what is your A level results, so on and so forth. And then when I tell them the sad story of my not so good results, and you can see the sparkle in their eyes, they're probably thinking that, at least my children have done better than, all these children. And the truth of the matter is that who cares about your BSLE results? I mean, you can't even use it for your job application, is it? And as someone pointed out, in the comments, the whole system is so structured and it sieves out children in such a perfect manner, and yet we are told as parents, not to compare. And so, like the good citizens we are, we listen, and when somebody asks us, why are you not posting the results, actual results, we get upset. Actually, I want to congratulate, those students, our sons and daughters who have done well. If they have done well, I want to congratulate them because they have been on the system, they have beaten the system, and hopefully, inshallah, they will grow up to be human beings who would contribute to the society at large and specifically to our community. I'm fortunate to be born and to be living amongst educators. My wife in honors year in university, she took a module called the history of education, and I read a book many years ago about the history of compulsory education, this formal education. Well, it started in a country called Prussia in the late 1800s. This country is no longer in existence, So I think it's merely to program us to be good employees in that industrial age at the time. And then we are learning subjects which are in vacuum, which is disconnected from the creator of all these subjects, And that itself is a problem, Back in the 70s, in the 80s, there was a teacher in California state, he used to teach mathematics, and he found that the students were disinterested in studying mathematics simply because they could not relate maths to their daily lives. So he thought out of the box, and he innovated in his teaching methodology, and wherever he went, the grades of the students became much better. and he was even named as Teacher of the Year, and he got this award and that award. So years later, he wrote a book, and surprisingly, the book was aptly titled, "Dumbing Us Down." So as he was telling that this kind of formal education is actually trying to make us more, dumb, Actually, my dear brothers and sisters, we experience in our lives different kinds of awakenings. The first awakening that we probably have will be, physical awakening. When we become a teenager, our bodies start to grow, we explore ourselves. Then maybe we undergo gastronomical awakening. Uh, Previously, we don't eat much, and after that, we eat more and more. And some of us go through sexual awakening as we become teenagers. And then, inshallah, hopefully, we probably might undergo or have undergone or undergoing intellectual awakening, where we become more open-minded and matured in our ability to discuss things, to to accept new things, to learn new things. And the most important thing for me as an individual and as a parent is how every person could develop spiritual awakening from, as young as possible. And that to me is the most important thing. And really, this is what education is all about. It's not about scores, it's not about aggregates, but it's about what kind of person we will become. uh, you know so, and in this new age, in the coming economy, every company will have the same strength and quality. There will be no unfair advantage because of the advent of artificial intelligence. We will be able to utilize artificial intelligence to get data, to analyze data, so that our marketing will be solid, our sales will be solid, our logistics will be solid, the products that we curate and procure will be solid, the services that we dish out will be solid. But what sets us apart from different companies, from different entities, will probably be our emotional intelligence. If company A, does that company exhibit more empathy, more affection? Is that company more sensitive to the needs of the clients? Is that company more adaptable to change? And is that company willing to take criticisms, uh, you know, and to do things in a slightly different manner? And I feel that emotional intelligence is connected at the end of the day to spiritual intelligence. And this is the most important thing, right? So don't get upset with me when I ask you about your daughter's or your son's PSLE aggregate score. I feel proud and just show it. We will congratulate if necessary. We will give encouraging remarks if necessary, but we will not say, "Wow, so lousy." I mean, that's not the point, isn't it? We want everybody to succeed at the end of the day. So don't get hung up about these things. Don't get too serious. And before I end, our administrator of the ship was requesting, why don't you just do a video complete with a song and dance? Well, I'm not going to dance tonight. Then even though I used to take piano lessons until grade 8, I even had a drum kit at home back then. But I'm very lousy at singing. So anyway, here's my attempt to sing. So just bear with me. It's a chorus from a song that we used to jam in the secondary school, in junior college, back in the day. And it goes like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't need no education. Pam, pam, pam. We don't need no thought control. Yeah. Pam, 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 pam. No dark sarcasm in the classroom. Tam, param. Teacher, leave us. kids alone. Hey, teacher, leave us kids alone. Bam, 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 bam. All in all, it's just another brick in the wall. All in all, it's just another break in the wall.